Let's go. Let's get right into it. Got my yellow hat back. Soul Not For Sale podcast, episode 545. Vivek and Bill Maher sit down, and I don't know what it is about Vivek, but he brings something out of Bill Maher. I don't know what it is, but it's not that good. It's almost, if you've watched this show, you've seen me cover Joe Rogan and Jim Gaffigan. I have a term that I like to use now when I see people get into this mode. They're having a Gaffigan moment, you know? He's going into orange man bad mode, basically. It's very interesting. I've never seen him get this riled up on this show. Now, Real Time with Bill Maher, there were times where he would do that, and I didn't like that show very much. But on this podcast, you don't usually see him get like this. And, it's not the greatest thing to see, but I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about right now. 2 clips I have to show you. One's quick, and it's about Obama. He says some things about Obama I've never heard anybody say before. I'll be quite frank. Maybe it's because I run inside of conservative circles, but never heard anybody talk like this about Obama. And then they go into something else, and that's a surprise. I'll play that one for you after. But before I do all that, of course, you know I have to bring to the Soul Not For Sale store. This is the Soul Not For Sale shirt. We got hoodies of this as well. We have another brand new design. Well, not brand new, but if you haven't seen this before, it's new to you. It is the Certificate of Achievement for those of you that survived the pandemic and came out of it unscathed and untainted. You are a pureblood. Get yours now. And my personal favorite, Public Enemy #1. Please, if you don't know who this is, I say it all the time. Google the World Economic Forum, Agenda 2030. You will own nothing and be happy, and you will understand quickly why I've branded this man Public Enemy #1. All of that's available on IamCoachColin.com. And if you want a 10% off discount code, I got you right now. It is I am Coach Colin. 1 L in the name Colin, all capital letters, all one word. That gets you 10% off. And if you've done that with us already, thank you so much. You are much appreciated. Now let's get into this first clip, the Obama one. And it's supposed to be a compliment, but well, yeah, we'll get into it. Let's go.
Way to discover, archaeology wise, myself. And I'm like,
I love that. Actually.
And yeah, I loved it too. And you know, the first 10, 15 years of Real Time, it was much more one-sided, making fun of the Republicans because the left gave me nothing. Obama was a disaster for comedians. He was perfect in every possible way. I mean, there was nothing you could. And
you're not basing that different, but I see where you're coming from.
Well, it drove the Republicans nuts.
From a left-wing perspective, I understand.
His personal life. The fact that no corruption, and they were looking for it. The fact that Obamacare was paid for, things Republicans used to care about, paying for things. Their big program was, now it's just anybody writes a check for anything. Both sides. The Republicans are just the hypocrites.
Man, Obama, perfect in every way. That's a fun thing to think. Yeah, I'll put it that way. It's a fun thing to think. But I feel like his vice president, wasn't he involved in something that whole time he was vice president? Wasn't he calling Hunter Biden's business meetings and getting things done? Wasn't he the big guy? Didn't that happen under Obama? I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I feel like there was a little bit of corruption there and a lot of drone strikes. a lot of innocent people getting, you know what I mean? I don't know. Could be a little off there. But never heard anybody talk about Obama like that. But leave it to Bill. We're going into the second clip now. This clip is semi-insulting to Vivek. And I don't know why Bill's getting like this. They seem like they're very friendly, but I don't know. I don't know what it is. And soon, by the time you get to the end of the clip, you understand what it is. You're about to see somebody get into a little bit of orange man bad mode. And when a liberal gets into orange man bad mode, it is extremely hard to get them out of that mode. Let's see if Vivek could do it. Let's go.
You can't alienate them. You're going to have to. I know you only want to be number one.
I want to unite the entire country. And I think there's two theories.
Well, you can't.
Well, Bill, I'm hopeful that we can. I think this, but I share
I'll give you that one, bro.
Yeah, but here's what I would say is 20 years from now, I don't think we can. I think we're in a window where we have a shot at getting this done, on actually not celebrating our diversity, but actually finding a common thread that all of us still share as Americans. I think it exists.
Can I give you some campaign advice?
Yeah.
You're such a personable guy. You're so smart, and the energy is amazing. But unless you soften on Trump, at least half the country that knows that he's an obnoxious criminal, they're never going to accept you as the guy who can unite us. I can't accept you as that.
Take like a Christie figure who's in this.
I'm somebody who is like,
it's in a different place. I'm not motivated by vengeance and grievance.
Do you know how much shit I get from the left? A lot.
I know you do.
Yes.
I know you do.
Because
that's why I'm here, and I respect you.
Thank you.
Because you can actually speak to, in some ways, your own tribe.
It's like my thing is, if you expect me to get on the crazy train with you, and if I don't, then I lose my liberal card, fuck you. You're changing what liberalism, not me. So, I'm a guy who could be your biggest supporter kind of guy, right? Because I understand your critiques of the left, and a lot of them are valid, not all of them. But that is a albatross around your neck. The inability to call Trump, and just the most fundamental thing about America, once again, not to beat a dead horse, but the peaceful transference of power. One guy said, finally, no, I'm just not going to say it. There is no possible scenario. You should read the transcript of what he was saying to the person in Raffensperger in Georgia, the one he's just on trial for now. Now we know about the I need you to find 11,000 votes line. The one that I found so chilling at the beginning, he says right away. He said, if you saw the lines, I just saw the lines of the people waiting to see me, and there's no possible way I could have lost Georgia. This is a guy who thinks he couldn't lose the state because the lines at his event. This is like me saying, I'm going to be at the MGM Grand September 16th and 17th. That's true. And I could go outside after the show, and I saw the lines to see my show, and there's no way I'm not the biggest act in Las Vegas.
Bill, can I just make an observation?
He's crazy.
Can I make an observation?
He's stupid and crazy.
I got to make an observation here.
You got to decouple. From Donald Trump. That's the path.
I am running as my own man in this race to lead us to something. And here's the thing, and this is not specific to Trump, but everyone in this race running is included in this when I say this. The Republican Party for a long time has been a party that has been running from something. Okay? Here are all the evil things, and we're running from them. I think I am the only person in this race who is actually trying to lead us to something. To an actual vision of what it means to be an American. You are a thoughtful man. Okay, I am here because you are not shackled by some party's orthodoxy.
Plainly.
Or anything. And I'm glad that we've done it twice over the last few years, and you've read some of my books, and I've read a lot of your work, and there's so much that we could be delving into. This question of, is there a role for the village elder or not? Interesting. Is there a common thread that unites this country or not? I think that's the most important question of our time. There's room for debate on it. You could just say we're a bunch of two-legged higher mammals with different shades of melanin walk in this geographic space and do what our iPhones tell us to do on a given day. Is that the country, or is there some set of still remaining ideals that bind us together? That is the conversation that I think we need to have in this country. And yet I'm worried the same thing is going to happen next week on the Republican debate stage that's happening right here, is we are suffering a form of derangement about the recent past that at some point we are all going to have to say we lay down arms and ask ourselves, do we actually want to move forward, or do we actually just want a national divorce?
Yeah. And
do you want the divorce and just be done with it? And go home and call it a ball game?
That sounds more like Obama. That was Obama. Let's move forward. Yes.
I don't want to sort of take, and I deeply disagree with Obama and many things, but I know you mean that in a good way, but let us move forward as one nation. And that's the challenge. We live in a more challenging time than we did even in 2008. And so let me just ask you, do you believe, Bill, that there exists? I have friends who would give me the answer to this question. The answer they would give is no. And that we need to get a national divorce and move on with it. I have friends both on the right and the left
This
who say this, which is saddening to me.
this talk has to stop.
It is saddening to me.
Right. No,
Deeply saddening.
We agree on that.
And so then what is that common thread that unites us? What is it? We think it exists. Let's talk about it. Meritocracy, the thing that my parents came here to pursue.
But that doesn't unite us anymore.
but
because
I think it unites.
Man, Vivek did it. He calmed him down. It's very hard to calm somebody down once they're in orange man bad mode. I can't believe that he went into this whole thing. He's basically saying, hey, you can't unite the country unless you get on our side and pretty much disavow Trump. Say that he's a criminal. Say that he's an obnoxious criminal. And that's the way that you're going to get the other side. Like, I have just such a crazy stance to take. I've never seen Bill take I know he's a lefty. I know he's like very much, left, but I've never seen him take that type of left stance. That was almost like a far left stance where I always see Bill Maher as like a classic liberal, as they call them. Somebody who has the values of the left, like someone like RFK Jr., like that type of left. I've never seen him take this stance of, you have to decouple from Trump. He's basically saying you can't defend Trump. Whatever happens to him with these indictments, you have to point it out. You have to say that he's a criminal. You can't align or defend. You can't align with him or defend him in any sense of the word. It's exactly what Joe Rogan said a couple episodes ago with Patrick Bet-David, where the left looks at him like a non-human. And every single piece of decency and empathy and sympathy goes away when we're talking about Donald Trump. It's a really weird stance to take. And then to put Obama in this like angel realm of like perfectness. Just so odd. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's how Bill Maher is. I haven't been watching him. I've only been watching him since he started the podcast, and he's not that many episodes deep into it. But never seen this from him. Very, very interesting. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing. Do you think what Vivek is saying makes sense? Do you think what Bill Maher is saying makes sense? Do you think Trump is a criminal? I don't think Trump is a criminal. I honestly don't. I think it's very, very, very obvious why all these indictments are coming out when they are. It's extremely obvious. It's all at election time. It's all just to silence him. It's all just, best outcome for the people who are doing this is that he's in jail and he can't be president. That's the best outcome. Then you put Biden in place and you say, oh, Biden, he got all the votes again. Oh, man. Oh, geez. Don't question it. Don't question it. Don't question it. It's going to be that type of thing again. But that's not going to happen. And I want to say Rogan called it, or maybe it was me that said this. I just listen to so much Rogan. But I think it's going to get to the point where all these indictments are slowly going to get dropped. They're slowly going to get pushed aside. The mainstream media is going to stop talking about it. All the charges are going to get dropped. No apologies are going to be issued. It's not going to be covered that much. And they're just going to move on. Just like with the Russian collusion thing. They were really hard on it. Press. And as soon as it lost legs, they were just like, okay, next thing. And I think the exact same thing is going to happen with these indictments. This guy's not going to see jail time. The whole mugshot thing that they're talking about happening. I don't think that's going to happen. And I'm pretty sure I'm about to stop this video soon and start looking into another thing. I think the Georgia charges might have gotten dropped. That might be a thing that has happened. I'm not 100% sure. Trump indictment, Georgia dropped. I've been hearing stuff about this. I'm not sure. Yeah, no, nothing yet. This is just the first page, though. Mark Meadows files to drop charges in Trump, Georgia. So it might actually get dropped. So, but then also Thursday says Trump says he'll surrender in Georgia on Thursday. So we'll see what happens. But it's obvious to me that this is an attack. an attack within. You're attacking the people who have the people at heart. So the people who are in power now can keep going. They're aligned with the World Economic Forum. They're going to execute whatever needs to be done for Agenda 2030. And they're going to push us more into this dystopian mindset, keep us in fear, keep us all destabilized, so we can't get proper footing, so we can't build proper community, so we can't get our mindsets right. That's all they're trying. That's been the MO since Biden got in office. Just my perspective, what I've been seeing. So let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't liked the video already, like the video. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. We're making 1 to 3 videos a day. No one else is doing that. I'm out.